This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate. That's what we're lined up for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tito. Bobby Carpenter on my left. Bodie on the other side of the glass here. We are here. Big show lineup for you today. Albert Breer is going to join us at 7:05. Also, around 7:20, we'll do our NFL picks. And
there we go.
We got you, Highness, going to join us for that as well and give his takes on our takes. We'll do that. Lots going on today in the world of sports. Thursday Night Football, Commanders and Packers play tonight. Bobby, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing okay. I mean,
you almost said you downgraded okay.
Yeah, I did, because it's a very serious day for our country. There's a lot of things that have been going on here in the last 24 hours, and I
don't like using the word anniversary, Bob.
No, it's a very memorable day in U.S. history. Trying to find the correct word to describe it. One on my life that's incredibly impactful, just given the time of your life when things happen, and probably there's a sweet spot where you're old enough to understand things, but young enough for it to be the biggest thing around, and understand the gravity of it. So that's where this falls for me today.
Bob, I struggled with, and this is the first year I'm discussing this, so this is completely organic, but I didn't know how much we should mention that, or if we should mention much of it, because I don't
mention much of what
happened 9/11, like the fact it's the I don't say
24th anniversary. It's today in history, Thitoff. So we do that every day. So I bring up Pearl Harbor, I bring up D-Day,
yes,
I bring up JFK's assassination, Lincoln's assassination.
All those things you mentioned though did not happen though when you and I were both alive.
Well,
no, I'm just saying it's a little different. It's a little bit different.
So what, I'm supposed to put my feelings in a box, Thitoff, and the people that are listening?
Feelings in a box. No, Bob, it's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm asking.
What it is.
What I'm saying,
history. It's real. Happened.
No, Bob, I know we're going to address it in this date in history.
Yeah.
I was just wondering how much outside of that we want to talk about. If we do, I don't know.
We don't need to talk about it a ton.
It's
but we do today in history, where we touch on all the pointed events of American and world history, things that apply.
I was 30 years old.
Things that I think are important. It's my curated history.
That's what
I know my
is.
truth.
You know your truth, yes. I was 30 years old when it happened, and I remember being at home, and I was working like an afternoon/evening shift at the dispatch usually. So I was home with our son with the previous administration that he was, he would have been not quite a year old yet. I remember, my dad calling me, and just because didn't have the TV on, my dad calling, hey, you may want to turn it on. This is going on, and just what it meant. And just those next few days, what it was like in this country, the next few weeks, actually, what just, it's our generations, D-Day and whatnot, the Pearl Harbor, it's our generations, that is what it is, because we were alive around that time. So anyway, transitioning in the only way I could possibly. Reds beat the Padres last night 2-1. They're off today on the road to face the Athletics on Friday. Reds now 2 games out of the third and final wild card spot. Royals over the Guardians 4-3, 7:15 in Cleveland tonight. Like I mentioned earlier, the Commanders play the Packers tonight in Thursday Night Football. The debut game for this season for Amazon Prime with Herbie and Al Michaels on that call. But
that love it. Nothing better than bitter Al.
Oh yeah, he's
yes. That's my favorite way to watch a game.
I think he's gotten better though as the games have gotten better in recent years.
Yeah, but I
wouldn't
enjoy
say
him.
He's the old Al, but when we used to get Jacksonville Titans Thursday night, Al wanted to be anywhere but there calling that game. But then you look at tonight, you're like, okay, these two teams could be in the NFC title
game. But I love it when he would address, he's like, back when I was with Madden, we'd get way better games. Like, he would like just overtly say, there's nothing better than Titans Jags on Thursday except for Giants Cowboys on Sunday night, and he would just lean all into it. Gosh, I loved his.
That's a great
his bitterness.
Place to be in life, when you just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just say what I want to say. I'm not gonna hold anything back.
That's Al Michaels. I mean,
he's got to be close to 80.
He's close to 80. He's probably OJ's age, because they used to play tennis together.
80 even.
He's 80 even, yeah.
Rest in peace, OJ.
I don't know. The resurrection. He was, I think, second in the list next to Beam.
He was. I did talk to Beamer yesterday. Quick second. He enjoyed that pool.
So. He did. He really enjoyed it.
Oh, did he really? You talked about it?
Yeah. I go on with him every Thursday night to create some synergy.
Because that's important for the morning and evening shows.
And he was okay with that. That's it.
Oh, he was more than okay.
Oh, that's funny.
He enjoyed it.
He wanted to make sure you were okay. I said it was Jeff's idea. He's all about
he lives the
Jeff's
gimmick. Idea.
He lives the gimmick.
No,
he lives the gimmick.
I'm all about content. I don't recall being
That's the
one.
thing. Yeah, you can criticize Tito for anything, but the man puts the show above himself, and that when you play for the name on the front, I think anybody can respect that.
Oh, Bob, let's make everybody more well-informed.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, General, do your thing.
Oh, goodness. It is September 11th, 254th day of the year, 111 days remaining in this 2025. This date, 1297. These are the dates that I find, these are the things that I find important. It's amazing that this happened on 9/11, the Battle of Stirling Bridge. You ever heard of that?
This Battle of Stirling Bridge?
Yeah.
No, I'm just glad.
It happened over in the UK.
Lee Sterling's on tomorrow with us. I want anything to do with his family.
Silver and gold. Battle of Stirling Bridge. Scots joined forces led by William Wallace and Andrew Mornay to defeat the English. And you know what? We didn't have any video or audio at the time, unfortunately. So Bodie was able to capture this gem.
You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Was that?
I mean, I don't know the historical accuracy of that speech, but let's go.
I would guess
Mel
it's
Gibson?
pretty close. Yeah.
Come on.
I've never seen that movie.
That's even worse. I mean,
I've seen Lethal Weapon.
Bodie's seen it.
I think they're along the same.
Outside, I was waiting for Danny Glover to come in and say something like, I'm too old for this stuff.
Yeah, at 46 years old or whatever he was in Lethal Weapon.
What's the name of that movie that you just played?
That would be Braveheart.
Braveheart.
You said you had seen it, though, correct?
It's been a minute, yeah. But I remember seeing that and The Patriot when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Mel Gibson slaying the British on two separate continents.
I've never seen clips from either of those movies, so I'm even less informed.
That's terrible. The fact that Braveheart is really good.
Yeah.
It's longer than Gladiator, but I put it on Gladiators. It was the original, the high point battle speech scenes in that are tremendous. Mel Gibson got best director. I think he got best film. He was runner up for best actor. My dad goes, best score. He's like, they couldn't give them all to him, so they had to spread it around a little bit.
I would see if it was a musical. I like those.
A musical. That's the score, and it's amazing. It's on par with Last of the Mohicans. This date's 1789. Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of State, takes an appointment that would be his last. Probably wishes he would have passed on that job. He was later gunned down by Aaron Burr in a duel. This date, 1941, construction begins on the largest building by landmass in the United States. Do you know what that is, Jeffrey?
The largest what now?
Building by landmass. Second largest is in Columbus.
I don't know what the largest one is.
Second largest, I believe, is the Chase building up in Westerville outside of Polaris.
Really?
The largest is the Pentagon. By simple square footage
of
landmass, not verticality.
Right.
Land coverage. This day, 1965, "Love Me Do" and "P.S. I Love You" are recorded by the Beatles.
Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me do. There
we go.
Top 15.
That's like top 15, top 20. if you say "Love Me Blue," "Love You Blue," then that's where it gets a little better.
There you go. That you go.
There you go. This date, 1982. "Hard to Say I'm Sorry" by Chicago hits number 1.
Far away from each other. Oh, now it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to stay.
So good. Peter Cetera was amazing. That synthesizer so strong in the background, too. Love that. 1993, "Dream Lover" by Mariah Carey hits number 1. There we go. And then this date, 2001, 24 years ago. Next year, I'm sure there will be a large commemoration, if you will, for this. But the Twin Towers were struck by two 737s, and thus becoming the memorial date of 9/11.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a difficult moment for America. I unfortunately will be going back to Washington after my remarks. Secretary of Rod Page and Lieutenant Governor will take the podium and discuss education. I do want to thank the folks here at Booker Elementary School for their hospitality. Today we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country. I have spoken to the Vice President, to the Governor of New York, to the Director of the FBI, and have ordered that the full resources of the federal government go to help the victims and their families, and to conduct a full-scale investigation to hunt down and to find those folks who committed this act. Terrorism against our nation will not stand. May God bless the victims, their families, and America. Thank you very much.
Ooh, that had to be a tough one, honestly, to deliver that. And then 14 years ago, 10 years following the dedication ceremony for the 9/11 memorial.
A decade in the making, it has been called the most complicated construction site in the world, harnessing together architectural design, a sense of loss, and rebirth for the country and the victims' families. What are you hoping that they are going to experience and feel seeing the memorial?
The purpose of the memorial is to give families a place to grieve, to tell a story so that we don't forget that our freedoms are fragile.
With the 10th anniversary approaching, pressure mounted to get the 8-acre Memorial Plaza completed. Housed inside 16 acres of land, skyscrapers with office space, a museum set to open next September, and 2 memorial pools engraved with the 2,983 names of those lives lost.
You know, when I was working at ESPN, we were right down there in the financial district by it, so I'd go take walks down there, and one of my show boss, good friend Pete, he had multiple friends that were in the towers, some that were in the planes, and we would go around. And the first time I ever saw it was with him, and just watching through, and he would walk by and touch the names of his different friends that had passed away and those that had fallen. It's if you have never been there, I would encourage everyone to go there and see it. It's a very powerful scene. And I mean, it's the greatest attack that we've ever had on American soil since Pearl Harbor. And for people under the age of, I guess over the age of 30, Bodie, you said you were in school?
I was 5, so would have just started school. Can't say I remember much about it, if I'm being honest. So I guess under the age of 30.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a little tough, but from probably 30 to 50, 30 to 60, it was an incredibly impactful moment. As my senior year in high school, so going and seeing that was a surreal scene, to say the least. Wild enough, there are people that were born on this day, which those that have passed probably never understood the gravity of what it has become. But born on this date, 1915, a 6-time national champion, and one of the great college coaches of all time, passing away in 1983, Paul Bear Bryant.
How would Paul Bryant like to be remembered?
Well, first place, I'd like for my players and coaches to remember me as someone that honestly tried to help them in all 3 areas of life. I'd like to be thought of by my players and coaches having had an impact on their life that maybe help them down the road, and I think I have. I will. I'd like for the people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't never been nothing but a winner. You know, it's a funny thing about football. You know, you win a game in one play, but you never know when that's going to happen.
So you prepare your people for the big play?
If they're trying to win the game on every play, they'll make the big play. A tough game, a tight football game, it'll be 5 or 7 big plays and they'll win the game. But you don't know when they're coming. And if you're not trying to win on every play, you may or you may not make them.
5 to 7 big plays happen. The inches we need, Bodie, are everywhere around us.
He passed away shortly after he retired, I believe. I don't think he lived like more than a year after he retired. Yeah.
I mean, very similar to a lot of coaches that coach as long as he does. Ohio State alum, NFL Films creator, NFL Hall of Famer, Ed Sable, born on this date in 1916.
George Halas once called NFL Films the keepers of the flame. Our passion for preserving football history was ignited 50 years ago. It all began with a vision and a legendary voice.
Lombardi. A certain magic still lingers in the very name. It speaks of duels in the snow and cold November mud.
The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
They are the Dallas Cowboys, America's team.
As football became America's game, we looked for new ways to show it.
Unbelievable. Unfortunately, he passed away. His son, Steve, who most people probably remember more, passed away prior to him. He had cancer. Do you know Ed went to Ohio State?
I didn't know that till you just said that, Bob.
Yeah, he's on the wall.
That.
You walk in the Woody of all the NFL Hall of Famers. I was walking out yesterday. I was like, oh, better make sure I remember that. I had inherently known it.
Is that when you found out, or did you know?
No, I'd known it before. Yeah. You forget about it. And it's amazing. So John Facenda was the guy who did the voice. Do you know what he did as an occupation, Bodie?
I do not.
You know what he did?
Bank teller.
He was a weatherman, I believe, out of Minnesota. Not even really a football fan. And they would just have him read those things. And his voice is so iconically tied to those old videos that Thitoff probably watches every day on YouTube.
I'll watch
nowadays.
Yeah,
if he was still with us, could probably make a lot of money just being a voice guy for different things.
That's just so iconic. The autumn wind is a raider.
He's the NFL's version of like James Earl Jones or Morgan Freeman as far as voices go. You know,
what he's done, those old NFL films, like that's the voice I hear in my head when I see that. That's why you want to have all the games outside in the cold and the snow.
Yeah, right.
Because you envision John Facenda narrating over top of him.
Talk about the winds inside the dome. Let's
do that. The one of 2 coaches in Dallas Cowboys history to win 2 Super Bowls, and the first coach that Jerry Jones fired, born on this date, 1924, the original and 29 season head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, DC for the New York Giants for 5 years preceding, and 2-time Super Bowl champ, Tom Landry.
Being the face of America's team made Landry a target. And on a November night in 1986, the man in the hat proved his John Wayne image was no facade.
We heard that there was some kind of threat. The authorities weren't taking any chances, and so they took him off the field. The authorities gave him the option of spending the rest of the game in the locker room, or they could give him this bulletproof vest and he could go back out there.
Seconds ago, Tom Landry emerged from the Dallas locker room.
He was a tough man. You had to come with a little more than a threat to scare Tom Landry.
There's no way in the world he was going to not show up for the game. They made him wear the bulletproof vest.
You wouldn't
didn't suspect any different from Tom Landry, one of the youngest bomber pilots in World War II, flew over 30 missions.
Tom Landry actually got shot down and crash landed a plane. He didn't have a lot of fear. He was more concerned about someone around him who might get hit than himself.
Did not realize he was a fighter pilot during World War II.
Yeah, me neither.
That's why we do this date in history, Bob.
Well,
right there.
It's no surprise he wasn't scared of getting shot then.
Right, yeah.
You've been shot down in a plane. I think you'll be all right. Singer Moby turning 60. Harry Connick Jr. turning 58.
I took the good times, and I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are.
Oh, so sultry and so handsome. Jerry Buckland, the Coldplay lead guitarist, turning at 48 today. Good choice, buddy.
Mm-hmm. See them in concert, have you?
Yes, I did.
Pretty good show.
Seen them a couple times.
Yeah.
Saw them in Tampa. Yeah, they're very good. Most recently. Rapper Ludacris turning at 40.
Don't say it 3 times.
Ludacris turning at 48 today. Why is that? Does he appear like
in the State Farm commercial? They say something about Ludacris and he appears. This is Ludacris, like some event.
Oh, okay.
And then the State Farm guy comes on after that.
All right. I didn't know if it was the same thing as
Beetlejuice.
Oh, there you go.
Red rum.
Red rum. Good job. Charles Kelly, lead singer for Lady A, turning 44 today.
But I ain't got a heart for breaking, so go and pick your bags up off my floor. Oh, 'cause love don't live here anymore.
Good dude. Charles Kelly, ironically, his wife, Arizona State alum. I believe she was sorority sisters with Emily Nugent, Mike's wife there, and some good folks, man. Got to become friends with Charles over the years, and happy 44th to him. And DJ Kygo turning at 34 today, the Norwegian DJ who likes to mix it up on the turntables. Nikita Khrushchev passing away on this date, 1971. It's a big day for Shark as he commemorates the former Soviet premier. And then on this date, 2002, called him Captain America, one of the great quarterbacks of all time, a Super Bowl champion. That's tremendous flat top as well, or the high top black lace-ups. Passing away in 2002, Johnny Unitas.
Unitas' career-defining performance in the 1958 NFL championship game helped change the course of NFL history.
The position was born that day. The great 2-minute drill at the end. Nobody had ever talked of that sort of thing before. The idea that you were going to move down the field, bing, 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 like that. That was really a new concept.
Unitas threw for 349 yards and directed a game-tying drive with time running out. Then, in an unprecedented sudden death overtime period, he threw the Giants off balance with his bold, unpredictable play calling and led the Colts to an historic victory.
Unitas transformation. Congratulations. I have never seen a greater job in any football game, pro or college, in my life, John. It was just stupendous.
Thank you very much, Chuck. My job is made easier by the boys up in front, believe me.
There we go. Some holidays observances today. It's 9/11 Remembrance Day. Start Your Own Business Day. National Hot Cross Buns Day. How about that? Ooh. Patriots Day and World Freedom Day. And those historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. Wednesday, September 11th. 254th day of the year. 111 days remaining in this 2025. And do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and an opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here locally in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals, whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, A line of credit, keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale. Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well done, as always, General. Coming up next, an NFL team swears it planned an event before the 2025 schedule was released. Do you buy it? That's next. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
When it comes to protecting your assets, you need a security partner. Event Risk Security Services is a U.S.-based veteran-owned company providing protection services, consulting to Fortune 500 companies, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality services and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give them a try. They're virtually the same cost, and they can address what keeps you up at night. Event Risk. Check them out at eventriskinc.com to learn more.
Okay, let's go. Top row.
EYECARE.
Good. Next row.
AM America? iCareAmerica.org?
Yes. Eye Care America helps seniors who haven't had a medical eye exam in 3 or more years. They also help those with an increased risk for glaucoma, and the appointment is often free or at no out-of-pocket cost. It's easy to see if you qualify. Go to EYECareAmerica.org.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
When it comes to prostate cancer, go to pcf.org for the help you need to navigate this disease and make the right decisions for yourself. Go to pcf.org today.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Day 1, the hardest day. The day you hear,
"This is a type of blood cancer."
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Thank you, Morning Juice. By the way, we are sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin, Event Risk Elite Protection. We have these 2 full hours every day, Monday through Friday. And now you can catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus and hear a replay of this show on the Fan 2 1460 from 1 to 3 p.m.
I listened to some of that yesterday.
You did? How'd we sound?
It's good. Sounded great.
Did you argue with yourself at all?
No.
Did it sound like a couple guys having fun, Bob?
Sounded like 3 guys having a great time.
Good.
I wanted to join. So how can I get?
Did you try calling in? Did you try calling in to the show
how
at that
can
point?
I get in on that?
Yes. The Capital Ford of Columbus High School football game of the week takes us to New Albany Friday night as the Eagles host the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. Coverage starts at 6:30 with the kick at 7. After the game, it's Bayer Subaru Dublin's Overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. Friday nights for high school football on the Fan. I tease Bob that if we believe
take all the away games for Arlington, none of the home ones.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. The Baltimore Ravens, they said in March they announced it publicly. I didn't know this, but their 30th season. They were going to celebrate their 30th season.
By trying to bring back Art Modell?
That's what they're going to do.
That's what the fan poll was talking about.
No, we can't.
I mean, listen.
They're trying to silence the people.
That was very topical. It was informative. It sparked discussion among all shows.
It really did.
So
even off the shows too.
Yeah, right.
On and off the air.
Sparked emails and texts. Bob, so they're doing their 30th anniversary celebration. They wanted to honor that, and they decided to do it. This is back in March. They said, we are doing it on this particular week 2 coming up. Just so happens their opponent, the Cleveland Browns. So it turns out they're going to celebrate their 30th anniversary the week they're playing the Browns. Quite ironic. I don't know if it was intentional by the NFL to set it up that way.
Kidding me?
Okay.
The NFL doesn't make mistakes, dude.
Okay, it was intentional. That's fine. But I don't mind that, Bob. Maybe, I don't know if Browns fans feel differently about it or not, but I don't mind that.
Bring your batteries.
That's. I mean, can you imagine?
Actually, they said today up at I don't know what's it called, the stadium now. Is it still First
Which one?
Energy?
Cleveland? Huntington
Bank Field.
Huntington Bank Field. They're actually having a battery recycling day. So bring all your. They don't want the A's and the double A's, triple A's. Bring your D batteries. They're going to recycle them by taking them to Baltimore. Folks, I'm not endorsing that violence. That was simply a joke. Back when my dad played, they used to throw batteries at you on the field.
Oh, it's amazing.
Well, they used to serve glass. The last time they ever served glass, I think, in an NFL stadium, Bodie, my dad was playing for the Oilers. He's like, we scored in the dog pound. We had to go to the other end to kick the field goal because there was so much glass on the field. One of our guys was cut up and had to go to the hospital.
Well, whoops. You had Bottlegate in Cleveland. That's they stopped doing glass bottles there, right?
That was that game.
Your dad was in that game?
I think it was the Oiler game. They had to go kick to the other. He said to go kick the field goal on the other side.
No. We're talking like the early 2000s, Bob.
Oh, this was in the they quit serving glass bottles before that.
But what were they? Then how did I thought in Cleveland when they
that
had
was when they used to give the full bottles with the cap on them. I think they quit. That's why now they take the caps from you.
Okay,
when you go.
But yeah, I think they were glass bottles. I think in Cleveland that day, right?
I don't think so.
Because I don't know what they were just throwing plastic bottles onto the field.
Yes.
Oh, that now it sounds kind of wimpy that they had to. Plastic bottles aren't going to hurt you. I thought they had glass bottles. Maybe they didn't. Okay, you might be right. That I could be wrong on that. I didn't know I think the Bottlegate thing, and I know our chatters.
Glass bottles were banned. Maybe my dad wasn't involved. Maybe it was before him. Said were last sold in stadium. Wait, glass bottles banned from NFL stadiums sold after a 1975 incident when a field judge was knocked unconscious by a whiskey bottle thrown from the stands. Play occurred from the Minnesota Vikings and Dallas Cowboys when Minnesota fans began throwing debris on the field. The thrown bottles struck field judge Armin Tazane in the head, requiring 11 stitches.
Dave Parker.
Bottlegate required a fan riot. 2001. Browns and Jags.
Yeah.
Trying to keep their hopes alive. Tim Couch took a snap, passed to Quincy Morgan. First down run, line of scrimmage, spiked the ball. Enraged fans began throwing objects on the field. Many plastic beer bottles. Some fans began throwing the stadium's trash cans down the field as well. After a few minutes, citing safety concerns, officials announced the game would end 48 seconds early, and players and officials exited the field.
Well, Bob, Dave Parker in Pittsburgh, people would throw batteries at him out there in right field, and
sounds safe.
Right. It's like I can't believe it. And of course,
you couldn't believe you thought in 2001 they were still serving glass at stadiums.
I thought that's why Bottlegate was such a big deal. If it's just plastic.
It was 25 years before that they stopped.
I don't. But I'm saying though, Bob, plastic bottles aren't going to do a whole lot of damage.
Well, that's if you had them full, they would.
Well, sure, if they're full, yeah.
Depending on the strength of your arm and the accuracy of your throw,
right.
You throw a full 16-ounce plastic beer bottle at someone, and those are like the hard. That was back when plastic was plastic, not this flimsy crap we get right now. Or if I squeeze it hard enough, the cap will pop off. Those old ones, man, those things were like grade 2 hardcore plastic. You pelted someone in the head with that, you might be able to knock them out.
Does the fact, Bob, that we as a society
have lost the plot? Yeah, I mean, that's happened. I mean, I firmly believe somewhere between, I don't know, 10 and 20 years ago, we crossed the Rubicon, jumped the shark, whatever you want to say. And I'd hope that there's redemption for our society, but it's insanity, the lack of civility we now have.
But
where if you disagree with someone, you have to hate them.
We used to give away full-size baseball bats as giveaways in parks.
Yeah.
And you'd have an entire stadium, each with their own.
Because that's when you could trust the people that you were giving to.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what
we lost all.
Was that smart? Or we were smarter society, or just because
we had more discipline. We have now cultivated a society where discipline is non-existent, where sacrifice doesn't really occur at large anymore, and people feel like they have no emotional regulation.
Yeah.
What the hell is a safe space?
Yeah.
I need a safe space to control my I can't control my emotions. I can't do this and that. Like we've become the mob. It's Rome. Rome is the mob. We might as well just throw. I mean, I'll advocate this until I don't think you can. Until someone probably does it. It's like, hey, you ain't got people on death row. Let's monetize. Oh, it costs so much to execute a prisoner. No, it doesn't. Get 2 guys in there and have them fight each other, and we'll put it on pay-per-view. We'll make money on that. You know what? Let's go put. You know who will take that bet? Jarrah. We'll put him right in the center of AT&T. We'll fill that bad boy up. We'll sell him all the Miller Lite and Diet Pepsi, whatever he's hawking in there, and we'll ride around and throw stuff into the stands and watch 2 dudes go at each other.
There was a guy.
Maybe throw some exotic animals in there too.
Once one of them has them, on the brink of death, Jerry can give the thumbs
up, thumbs down.
What
was once old is new again.
I am carefully making this reference, but back in the mid 1970s, there were some hijackings of planes. Obviously, it didn't result in what happened 24 years ago, but there were hijackings.
That's they started putting air marshals on the planes.
Well, Archie Bunker on All in the Family went on one of their, his character on a TV show on the show All in the Family, and he said he had a problem to solve all the hijackings. They called the skyjackings, he used to call it back then, skyjackings. He said when people get onto the plane, give every passenger a gun. And then who's going to try to hijack the plane when everyone's armed? And he said, and then when people leave the plane, just collect the guns back up, case closed, problem solved.
It's not a bad idea.
That's the bats thing, though. If you're going to do the bats, that's...
Listen, if everybody has a bat, you're probably less likely to try to use yours.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. I'm not going to go political on it now, but yes.
It's not political. I mean, that's just a fact. Those are realities. In states where people have concealed carry licenses and things like that, there is less crime. If the person you're going to rob has the potential to turn around and defend themselves, well, that changes the math a little bit.
But that was, so I look back the fact that we would arm a stadium of 50,000 people each with bats, all of them with baseball bats.
Or batteries.
Or batteries, like that kind of thing. They're throwing the batteries on the field. They're
really throwing them on the field. They're throwing them at people.
At people, you're right, yes.
They just land on the field if they miss.
Yes.
I think they're throwing them at the refs that off.
When they gave out the Reggie candy bar when he was in New York, and gave everybody who came in got a Reggie candy bar. It was like a knockoff Snickers or whatever. But anyway, and then when Reggie had a home run in that game that they were giving those away, thousands of people threw their Reggie bars onto the field, and it caused a delay in that one because they then had to clean everything up. But they all threw that on there. But anyway,
they didn't eat the candy bar.
No, I don't think they did. A lot of people threw.
That's another difference we have in society. You show me a person you give a candy bar to now, and they don't eat it.
I'd use my bat to steal someone else's.
That's what I would do. There you go.
That's what I would do on that one. Unless they had a bat, then I wouldn't do it.
That's everybody does.
Then I'd probably back off of that. Coming up next, we'll use some quick hitters hosted
maybe
by.
If that man had the bat, he wouldn't have given that ball up so easily.
Can you imagine that? She would go over there holding the bat, right? She would have been wielding the bat, walking over there, and he would pick his back.
Do you think she would have hit him with a bat to get the ball, even if he had his own? And do you think he would have the courage to use it back?
I don't think either would have swung.
That's good.
I think she would have went over thinking she's going to, and he would have shown his bat, and it would have been like, well, I don't want to get hit.
Has anyone ever asked you to show him your bat, Bodie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. Speaking of Travion, no, I'm just kidding.
A term one of the guys in the afternoon used called meat bat that we should probably dive into a little bit.
Sounds like a
Is
poll
that
question.
different than the bats they give out at the game?
Sounds like a poll question. Coming up next, which of quick hitters, Morning Juice.
He's a former coach with 2 sons who played professional basketball. Satch Sullinger's a competitive individual, but his golf game was suffering because of painful joints.
As we get older, we create these bad habits because we're relegated to hit a certain way.
QC Kinetics used regenerative treatments, all natural healing properties from Satch's own body, to restore those damaged joints and get his golf game back on track.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me, all natural. And that's what I'm about. I'm going to tell everybody why I'm better.
Oh, and by the way, it looks like the competitive Satch is back. Feeling great and giving his golf buddies a hard time.
We're all in the same boat, and I'm getting better, and I'm watching them stay old.
Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. Get relief and your game back. Call for your complimentary consultation. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Again, 380-208-4544. QC Kinetics.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. It's football season, and just like on the field, success starts with the right game plan and the right team. That's why I'm proud to team up with Monogram Homes. They're the true custom home builder, bringing precision, creativity, and attention to every detail, just like we do on Saturdays. If you're ready to build, don't settle for standard. Go custom. Go Monogram. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
I thought mixing bleach with my floor cleaner would take the stain out.
When my youngest ate the dog's medicine, that was a new one.
I was trying to protect my garden, but I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions.
It was free.
It was confidential.
It was real help in real time.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
It is Morning Juice. Yeah, Bobby, in the break there, I don't know what we accomplished in that last segment, but it was fun. Maybe we accomplished nothing.
A couple of guys having fun.
That's what it was.
That's what we want.
That's what we're looking for.
Just try to share the fun.
That's, you know what? That's what we're doing.
You don't hoard it all to yourself.
No.
Be generous.
Can't have too much fun, though. Chris Hansen's walked through that door. Let's do some quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
He's Bodie Wells. Good morning, Bodie.
Happy Thursday, fellas. We'll start here in college football. I'm sorry there's no crying on the yacht. That's what Brian Kelly said in his weekly press conference earlier this week. That was in reference to what the NCAA transfer portal should look like. The FBS Oversight Committee recently proposed to replace the current transfer portal window, which opens for 20 days in December and then 10 more in April. They recommend replacing it with a single portal opening from January 2nd to January 11th. This past year, the portals were open from December 9th to December 28th, as well as from April 16th to April 25th. BK also said, I've talked to many that believe across the country that this is the progress that we need to make. However, on the opposite side of that spectrum, in his weekly press conference earlier this week, Ryan Day was very opposed to that. Day said that the January-only window was not a good idea at all. He said, I know the calendar is funky, but I know that the Big Ten and Commissioner Tony Petitti, they've been working hard because he doesn't believe in it either, and neither do the coaches in this conference. We've had a lot of long discussions about that and tried to work through the different windows, but I do not agree with it being in January. Bobby, what do you think is kind of the right?
Here's the problem. If you're going to do it in January, you have to push everything back so that you're getting done in a responsible time in January, somewhere like when they used to have it, that second weekend in January. Mm-hmm. I'm fine with that. But the stuff that you had last year with Bo Pribula opting out so that he could go and transfer during the playoff, is that really the publicity that you want around your league, like your sport? during the time of the playoffs, guys are going to be leaving teams so they can go find other opportunities. Now, like you said, you can't complain when you're on the yacht. Those are the teams in the playoffs. Well, listen, who are the teams that matter? There's about 20 teams that people care about nationally. It's probably not even that many. It's the teams that are playing at the end of the season. And so the best time to do it. Now, if you're going to move it all back, I'm okay with this. And have the portal be, from January 8th until whatever, January 20th. Hopefully you can get people in there. The problem is you have this rolling portal window and you have classes starting. Ideally, a better time to do it would be make it the month of May.
Yeah.
And then, hey, everybody, and also what it teaches you, you get somewhere your first year and it kind of sucked. All right, hey, here's the good news for you. College football is hard. You know what the better news is? It's going to be hard everywhere. So you got to stay through the spring. Maybe it will get better. Maybe you didn't play as much in the spring, in the fall, because there are older guys around you. Those guys could leave. Maybe you could work a little harder in the winter and the spring and then do it. And if it doesn't work in the spring, you want to transfer, that's great. And that's fine. What they need to do with this, and they've kind of started doing this, is expanding the summer calendar. Allow the coaches to go outside and run some 7-on-7s. They don't need to have practice, but do some kind of OTA-ish stuff where you can have a 7-on-7. You can do some things after lifting. And then that will allow those guys that have transferred in to then become acclimated to their system and scheme. And then they can become fully assimilated during camp and move on that way. That is probably, and Schlegs, I was much more of a proponent of the early window, and then Schlegs talked to me about this, and we went through it. I'm like, you know what? Here's an amazing thing in this country. You can have two people with differing ideas, sit down, have a conversation, both express why you think yours is right in a non-emotional and confrontational way, and then maybe come to a conclusion where one of you might have the better idea. It's a novel concept, Bodie. I'm telling you. If you sit there and have a rational conversation, and Schlegs was able to convince me that would probably be the better way. And I said, you know what? I agree with you, because you put some stipulations around it, you use some DFR, some details, facts, and reasons, instead of just saying you're wrong and yelling at me louder.
Get that whiteboard out.
You got the whiteboard out, and we talked about the pros and cons of each one. It was pretty remarkable. And so now I'm on this spring transfer portal, but I don't think it would be terrible if you did this. You just have to push the season back, because you cannot have this rolling portal of windows. Plus, you have coaches getting fired, and that's opening up other windows, like Saban retired and all this stuff. And it's just a mess. You don't have a 2-week portal. You have a 10-week portal.
Push the season back as in get everything done sooner.
It, I don't know, forward, back, whatever you're talking about. Yes, so that you're wrapping up when they used to really
early
in the
to
area
mid-January
of the BCS or the CFP, where you're playing somewhere in the realm of like 7, 8, 9, 10. And then that's the championship game. Then the portal starts.
See, when I read this, and I did the rational thing also, Bob. I tried to think about, okay, what could possibly a rational person think is the positives of this? And like I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, it feels to me like Brian Kelly, the SEC, just want to disagree with the Big Ten to disagree. It does, because I can't think of a logical reason.
Exactly. I want you to. That's what Brian Kelly's like. Well, there's people here that disagree. Well, tell me why.
Yeah. What's the problem?
Why would this be better than the other one? If you could maybe pull me back.
Right.
I mean, if you tell me, hey, this is what I think we should do, and doing this, I think you need to push the season up. He talks about yacht problems, but tell me why this one is better than the other one.
Yeah, I don't get it. It makes no sense whatsoever. And by the way, Brian Kelly can say it because, honestly, this won't affect him very much, right? He's not going to be playing in the middle of January.
Here's the thing, is that all these guys say this is great until they get through their spring ball, and then like, man, this guy isn't as good as we thought, or this guy, now we need to get guys, because they've become used to being able to solve problems after the spring. Now you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So that's why I think, and also I think for the human development of the player, to be able to have a season and then stay there and see what the next season's going to look like, and be able to develop a little bit and finish a whole school, like academic calendar year with a school, isn't the worst thing in the world.
Do you think we only need one window?
Yes.
You don't think there should be two?
No.
I think one's fine.
Here's why, Bodie. Do you think you should be able to transfer after the season, go somewhere after for spring, not like it there, and then transfer again?
Well, no. But I guess I would. How many guys are really doing that?
There's been a handful. More than you think.
I think, I don't want to And I think changing too many things for a less than 10% of people, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I like the idea that Bob said, though, about wait till the school year's over and then do it. Finish your
giving
school
people
year.
more options is not always better. So, like, if someone can tell me why 2 windows would be better, unless, like, hey, here's the other thing, like, here's what happens with guys. It happens more than you think because guys will transfer in, and then they're not doing well. Coaches will pull another guy in, and they're like, well, I'm going to leave now. And then they dip out after that. And it restricts coaches and players to having to commit to something. Both sides.
Didn't that happen to the Alabama guy? With Alabama transfer to Iowa and then transfer back to Alabama?
Yeah. The left tackle.
Yeah.
What's it?
Caden Proctor.
Caden Proctor. Good
right?
job, Bodie. It does sound right because it is right. Good job out of you. Next quick hitter.
Wait, I was just talking about. Yeah, I was going to say. So I know you can if you have a coaching change, you can transfer out then, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. Is it just head coach?
Just head coach.
Okay. Do you think it should be a coordinator?
No.
Okay. I don't. Because
you could make it for anything then.
Well, I'm saying
I committed to my position coach. My dad told me, coaches change. The school doesn't. You're committing to the school. So make sure that that's where you want to go.
I think the NCAA could, if they want to keep up this facade of student athlete, if they say that, hey, we're going to let the transfer portal open after the academic year ends.
Problem is, it's different for every school.
I know it is, but okay, but everyone's done by middle of June, right?
Yeah, middle of June. But then you have some people that are done at the end of May.
Right.
So what are those people supposed to do?
Well, I'm saying you should wait to open it up like when.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to try to figure that out. There's still a Northwestern, and there's still a handful of Pac-12 schools, or I guess.
RIP.
Like I think Cal, Stanford, there's Oregon maybe that are still on quarters and not on semesters.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty minimal, though, right?
If
they all
like
came to like, you know what, we're going to have one portal and end of spring. Like that's
you could
probably
have a guy transfer and be like, hey, you got to finish your last 2 weeks. I mean, they would need to finish their last couple weeks of class. Like you were able to go and do this, finish it up, and then join us when you're done.
And this is all undergrads, right? If a guy finishes his degree in December.
I believe you should be able to train. If you graduate, which is the main objective, and now you've accomplished something in your life, you should be given the freedom to go do whatever without constraint.
Next up here, guys, in the NBA, a major rule change is coming to the NBA this season. And maybe sort of major.
Major's kind of a strong word
The
there,
association will implement a new change for the 2025-26 season with unsuccessful end-of-period heaves now being recorded as a missed field goal attempt for the team, not just the individual player.
Come on.
So now those long heaves will no longer impact an individual player's percentages. Peyton Pritchard was reportedly celebrating down Causeway yesterday in Boston following this news. For stat-keeping purposes, the NBA will tell teams that any shot taken within the final 3 seconds of the first 3 quarters and that is launched from at least 36 feet away on any play that starts in the backcourt will count as a team shot attempt, but not an individual one. Tito, I think this is a good rule change. I couldn't stay. I know it's minimal. It's not going to be a huge deal. But I also couldn't stand how many times a guy would have the ball at half court, 2 seconds left. He waits till the buzzer sounds and then throws it up. Just shoot it, man. Like sometimes these games come down to a shot or two. How often do they actually go in? 5% of the time or whatever. But to me, it's a very small thing. To me, it's almost maybe not quite as drastic, but when they move the extra points back in the NFL, most of the time guys still make them, but it's a little bit more entertaining because there is a decent chance that they could miss. On the flip side of this, maybe a decent chance guys will make this shot. So anything that's a little bit more entertaining for 82 regular season games, I'm in favor of.
You're telling me your players have resisted for shooting to what?
Oh, yeah.
For hurting their percentage?
Heck yeah, they have. It happens all the time.
This is the problem. That's a player problem.
I don't disagree.
Not in a game-winning or game-tying situation.
No.
Yeah,
but
just in general. Why wouldn't you throw it up?
Yeah,
right.
Pistons are up 12 into the third quarter.
Right.
And Cade Cunningham gets the ball, and I'm not trying to single out Cade Cunningham here, but like the buzzer sounds, and then they throw it up. It happens all the time.
Okay, so it
not
counts.
Peyton Pritchard, though. Peyton Pritchard will shoot that damn
That's
ball.
why I stopped watching the NBA. If you
that
have guys
was the reason?
Statistics are more. That is indicative of why I stopped watching the NBA. The stats are for losers.
You
think Michael Jordan cared about his shooting percentage?
I know he and Kobe didn't, but neither one of them cared about it.
Depends if he had money on the game.
That's also fair. But Bodie,
Carmelo Anthony definitely didn't. Bring him back. He never met a shot he didn't like.
So it counts as a team shot.
Correct. Yep.
But
was this like the ghost runner in baseball?
But it's only if you miss it, right? If I make the shot, it counts as an individual attempt. And
that's a good question.
I would think, right? They can't possibly take that away. They can't say,
Yeah, I would guess you're right on that.
It's a really no.
It's
lose.
a free. I mean, what is this?
It's a no lose
Everybody
situation.
wants they want their cake and eating it too. What are we doing?
I don't have a huge problem with this, Bob.
I mean, how many shots of those you taking at end of quarter that are going to disproportionately impact your field goal percentage?
That is a very fair point. But guys, do it, man. I mean, if you're coming up on a contract year and your field goal percentage,
if you have incentives,
I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's just
come down to
it's so minimal. You would think unless one individual player takes that shot every single time, which is pretty rare.
Yeah.
Man, they just showed. Sorry, they're talking about it on SportsCenter here. They just showed a dude from the Knicks throwing one about 30 rows up into the stands. He didn't have a problem shooting that ball. Good for Jared Jack.
Our team percentage. I don't care.
Yeah.
The name on the.
But yeah, it's a small thing, and it's. Yeah, I know it's easy to say how much would that really impact the percentage?
Right.
Very little, but that's their mindset for better or worse.
Yeah, with the way the incentives go and things like that, though, if you've got something in there about your field goal percentage, I would think a player would be less likely.
Or just numbers in general.
Yeah,
we're all human, man. If you see a guy who shot 41% from 3 versus 38, now once again, how many of those heaves are impacting 3%? Probably not a lot. I get that, but that's the player's mindset. I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's how they think.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it makes sense to have this rule change. I do feel like it does. I don't, because I do want, you see the guys voted the three-quarter court. They won't take a shot at the end of the first quarter because they don't want to necessarily, even though there's a chance they could make it, granted very slim, but they might not shoot it because of the fact that you look at the box score the next day, being 8 for 15 is different than being 7 for 15.
Yes.
You're 8 for 14,
as
whatever.
As minimal as it sounds. It sounds stupid. I think most people can agree with that, but that's how players see it.
Absolutely.
I mentioned the extra point thing. It's probably actually even maybe a little bit more kickoff. How many kickoff returns for a touchdown are there nowadays? Still very minimal.
Right.
But the NFL looked at it and said, we can make this. I mean, how many kickoffs are there in a game? Half dozen or so. But the NFL looked at it and said,
there's more scoring now than there probably was. I bet there's 12 kickoffs. Well, maybe not 12.
8 to 10.
I bet probably the average is somewhere between 9.5, 10.
And the NFL looked at it and said, we can make these 8 to 10 more plays a little bit more entertaining each game.
The reason why, though, Bodie, is because they had a disproportionate amount of injuries happen on those 8 to 10 versus the rest of them.
Well, Bob, when you heave the ball,
someone get a fan hit in the stands.
Your arms, you really got to grunt to get that thing 60, 70 feet.
I just can't believe that there's, over the course of 82 games, the amount of shots that are taken, I would like to see the numbers. That's the thing. Show me the guys that were disproportionately impacted by this because they took 10 three-quarter court shots and missed them, and what that did to their percentage. And then give me some details on it, not just the conceptual idea of it. The NFL came in, and there are numbers. All the injuries I ever had in the NFL or playing football in general, well, in the NFL, all my NFL injuries happened on kickoff.
Did they really?
All of them, yeah. One shoulder, check that. I hurt my shoulder one time. But everything else, always on kickoff or punt.
Huh.
Special teams, they're far more dangerous than normal plays.
So this
and the data backs that up.
This field goal change obviously was the headline, but on a side note, the NBA also they're starting to give away full-size bats at NBA games now too, so we've got that going for us. Coming up next,
Ron Artest is coming back too.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
of course. You didn't need a bat.
Coming up next, Albert Breer joins us from MMQB. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. An NBA Titan changes hands for a jaw-dropping $6.1 billion. The Boston Celtics, long a symbol of hardwood glory, have been sold to a group led by investor Bill Chisholm. The Celtics owners paid $360 million for the team in 2002 and are now getting a 17x return. A record-setting sale that proves the value of sports continues to skyrocket. Here's Chuck Moore, the CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses with a return on their investment.
Thanks, Bobby. We truly value our partners in this community and work with them side by side to help maximize their return on investment. We live and work in Central Ohio. We want to see it flourish, just like all of you.
Exactly, Chuck. Our partners come to us and stay with us because of our dedication to helping them grow and the amazing products we offer. Our experienced bankers and our local processing and underwriting will help you get things done faster, allowing you to seize opportunities as they come up.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets,
Don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unmatched reliability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the
right seat. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bobby, Matthew in the chat brings up a valid point. Shatters the juices always bring it. So Hail Marys shouldn't count against QB stats?
Yeah.
Is that a similar thing you think there, Bodes?
Last play of the game,
last play of the half, play of the game?
I think that's fair. I think most people are in agreement that, NBA players not shooting the ball is stupid, but that's what they do. I don't know what to tell you. I can't put myself in that mindset. I would just shoot it. It'd be a very minimal thing. Those guys are making so much money nowadays that the idea that a percentage or two off of their shooting percentage,
I think we're talking
them.
a fraction of a percentage. You're probably talking 2 point, hundredths, maybe a tenth or two. I don't know.
But we all, the human population, 99.9% of us are in agreement on this. Just the 1% or 0.1% of players, that's how they feel.
So that's a valid. Hey, I think that I didn't think about that side of it. So Matthew, the chatter, bringing it strong for us. We appreciate that. We will have Albert.
That's what, at the end of games, and Coach Mark D'Antoni always tells us this. Our rush defense when I was at Ohio State was really good, usually top 5 in the country. Our pass defense would be in the 50s, and he would always say this. That's why he says statistics are for losers, is because he's like, well, our pass defense could be better if we weren't as good at stopping the run. But because if you're up by 14 points and you're winning the game by, you're up by 14 with 6 minutes to go or 5 minutes, if they want to go score and it takes them 4 minutes to do it, and they get 80 yards, that's fine. It's I don't care. We're winning the game by 7. We'll get the ball back, take 3 knees, and it's over. I'd rather do that than try to stop them on one play, and then you give up a one-play touchdown.
Right.
And then that's foolish. That's foolish ball. So he's like, those are meaningless. They called them garbage yards. It's how many garbage yards when you're up by 2 or 3 scores are you giving people at the end of games that, yes, it impacts your overall rankings and stats, but does it really matter in the grand scope of trying to win?
Yeah, it doesn't matter in that regard, Bob. I agree with you on that. I think that, though, as far as the moment goes, in the season, yes. But then you go back, if you look at numbers, and I understand what you're saying about what stats are for losers, is that what you said?
Yeah.
If you go back and look at it, though, Ohio State's pass defense when you were there would not compare favorably to other schools that were finished higher than that.
Fine.
And I'm saying fans would look at it that way.
And I think, too, with this, we can argue whether or not it's stupid that the players don't just shoot the ball and whatnot. But to me, it's just good for the fans. It's a very minimal thing, but it's a little bit more entertaining. Yeah. If you're a diehard NBA fan and you watch however many games a year and watch on a regular night basis, like I said, it's a very minimal thing, but it's kind of like, and I know the injuries is a big deal, so I'm not trying to like set that aside, but if you can set that aside for a second, like the kickoffs on Sundays in the NFL, it's not like we see a bunch of returns for touchdowns anymore, but it makes it a little bit more entertaining. That, I mean, how many times, like, you could have probably 10, 15 years ago, after a touchdown, just walk away. Kicker's going to make the extra point, and it's going to be a touchback on the kickoff. Now, you kind of got to watch. The Browns lost a game last weekend because their damn kicker, one, couldn't make a 35-yard field goal, but also they lost by a point because their kicker missed an extra point. 10, 15 years ago, that stuff never happened. For better or worse.
I guess my thing is I'm not big on rewarding a culture that we've created here. I'd rather change the culture of the fact that we've now created something where people are so selfish that they'd rather not take a chance at getting.
If everybody could be like the beloved Peyton Pritchard, Bob,
I mean, that's
the
what I'm
world
saying.
would be a better place.
You're not wrong.
Nevertheless,
Albert Breer from MMQB joins us now here on Morning Juice. Albert, good morning. And I'm curious, what does your Sunday viewing look like when you're watching the NFL? What is it like? Do you have like 8 TVs around you, or what do you do?
4 Adderall, 10 TVs.
This past Sunday, I actually had a youth football conflict at the beginning. So don't tell anybody, but at like 1 o'clock, I was actually coaching my son's 5th grade team because we were short coaches, and I can always catch up on those things. Let's just keep that between us.
Yes.
But, by about 2 o'clock, I was in my my little command center down here, which I'm in my basement. For anybody who's watching on YouTube, and we have I got 2 flat screens in front of me, and then right here you see, like, to my left, I've got this kind of second screen for my computer, and I'll have generally I'll have like the CBS game or the Fox game on one TV. I'll have a Sunday Ticket 4 box on the other TV, and then I'll have individual YouTube windows on my second screen, so I have every game on. It's freaking hard, though. I mean, I like Red Zone, and I've tried that way before. I just feel like I lose a lot of every game. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm watching Red Zone, it's entertaining, and I think if I was a fan and it wasn't for work, I might enjoy it a little bit more. And Scott Hansen's a good buddy of mine and does an awesome job. But I feel like more often than not, what I get drawn to, and I will watch Red Zone some, so I don't miss anything big. But it's like I've kind of gotten myself to the point where I've trained myself with the 1 o'clocks, where it's like, all right, I better focus on this one thing over here, this one thing over there, But for somebody who grew up with like undiagnosed ADD, it's definitely a lot to deal with all at once.
It is. That's the problem, is when you have so much, you watch them all and you see nothing. And I'll take notes through it. That's the thing with the Red Zone. Like you said, it's great to see the scoring and all of that, but I feel like you lose. I mean, you're a writer. You lose the narrative of the game when you don't see who's being able to run the ball, how this looks, the line. Like, if a certain team is dominant in a certain area, you kind of lose that subtle nuance of how the game was played.
Yep, you get like the last chapter to the book, but you have no idea how you got there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's
and I as somebody who I love the strategy of football. I love the things, how one thing sets up another, and how like a team does something in the second quarter that winds up really impacting what's happening in the fourth quarter. And, that was it's actually kind of interesting because, I was on the Patriots beat and the Cowboys beat when Bobby was there. And it was a real adjustment going to covering all 32 on game day because you got to know the team you were covering so well. You know what I mean? Like the ins and outs, and I'd go back and I'd watch the game again after covering it on game day. And you learn so much. And I knew stuff about like the practice squad guys, and you almost have to like break yourself of that, and it's like, okay, like I have to understand now for my national audience, like a lot of the stuff that mattered when I was a beat writer doesn't really matter anymore. And I mean, it's kind of a crude way to say it because I obviously have respect for everybody who plays in the NFL, but on a national level, like how many guys on each team are really relevant? It's hard for a player to get to that level. You know what I mean? Like where he's nationally relevant. And so on a good team, there might be a handful. On a bad team, there might not be any, So it's sort of interesting that way. And I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like you just kind of like learn how to follow everything and you learn how to kind of digest everything. And it's almost impossible to explain it because it's just trained into you from doing it over and over and over again.
A lot of craziness in week one, Albert. I mean, the things that we saw, and the NFL always delivers. And if you look at all those games, I mean, they were all really good. And some of the games that maybe weren't as compelling, you look at like Indy over Miami, I think that was a surprise that not a lot of people, at least nationally, and probably the general public saw coming. As a guy who covers it, what were the most compelling 2 or 3 things that you saw happen from that 5-day escapade that was the NFL opening weekend?
Well, I mean, I think we all have the same number one, probably, Bobby, right? Which is what happened on Sunday night between Josh and Lamar. And like almost it's amazing to watch like 2 guys at that level going at it, like they went at it. And Josh is just Superman now, and I remember like, being at their camp, and the one thing that struck me watching him, I may have said it to you guys on the air here at some point, but it was just, I borrowed this term from my buddy, Todd McShay. He said that I remember him saying like Cam Ward's tape, it was like an electrical storm. Well, I feel like that kind of describes what Josh Allen was like when he was younger. And you watch him in practice and it would be frantic and you would see the physical gifts. And what struck me watching him this summer was how calm he looked, and how in control he looked. And I kind of like took a mental note on that. Like, that's a scary thing for the NFL. You know what I mean? Like that this guy can just sit back there and pick you apart now and put on the cape whenever he wants to. And I think we saw that on Sunday night, I mean, I don't know. There's nobody like him. And then Lamar and Derrick Henry in that run game. And I know a lot of people went after the Ravens for blowing the lead, but I just thought that was 2 teams at the highest level of the game, and so I expect to see those 2 teams again. I think that coming out of it, like, where Josh and the Bills go from here is certainly a compelling storyline. The JJ McCarthy thing, I think you got to give JJ a ton of credit. Like to play the way he did and struggle the way he did over the first 3 quarters of that game in his first NFL start and compartmentalize it. I mean, God knows he ripped my heart out for 3 years when he was at Michigan. I think you see that moxie and that it factor he has, and being able to kind of put his foot in the ground and turn the ship in the fourth quarter. So I think that Vikings team is beyond loaded. And so if they can get that sort of play out of J.J. McCarthy consistently, look out. Like, I think that can be a Super Bowl team. And then I think the one I would look at that I think is sort of like, to me, like there are a couple teams that are just coming out of that weekend. Like, I can't wait to see a little bit more. The Niners are one, and the Niners are so banged up right now. But I had the chance to talk to Nick Bosa after the game, and Nick told me like he has such a great appreciation for Robert Saleh coming back now after having had him his first 2 years in the league. His second year he was hurt, But Nick's whole thing was like Robert Saleh. Like Saleh is so good at understanding and being able to distill trends in the NFL and then attack them, and he's so good at developing young players. And that Niners team is playing so many young guys. And I just sort of look at them now, and Brock's hurt, and Mac Jones probably plays this week. But, when Brock Purdy gets back healthy, when Brandon Ayuk gets healthy, if McCaffrey can stay healthy, when Kittle gets back on the field, and then those rookies, all these rookies they're playing get more experience. I'm really excited to see what becomes of them, as well. So those are some of the things that stuck out. I think Justin Herbert, like to me, like that was kind of one of the hidden storylines. Like he looked even better. Now, can he sustain it? We'll see. So those are just a few of the things that stuck out to me.
The Dolphins, their performance against Indy, and there's all this talk about, the locker room turmoil, the stuff with Tyreek Hill going on. And I'm not advocating for a coach losing his job, but if they don't turn things around quickly, it feels like it's a very short leash. And like it could be an early season firing, couldn't it?
I know Mike has good relationships with people in that building. I think Mike's a really good coach. I also think, like, if you have heard all the stuff that I think a lot of us have heard over the last three or 4 months about how things are there, they're in a little bit of a soft reset anyway. And Teron Armstead having retired this offseason and Jalen Ramsey being traded, and what's the future of Tyreek Hill? It looks like he might be at the end. Aside from everything else that's gone on the last couple of days with him, and then you put the sort of performance they put out there on Sunday. I just have to, that's where the big picture questions come up, right? And if you are going into a bit of a rebuild, which I think they are, they went in all in on Tua while Tua and that team that they were building around him while Tua was still on his rookie deal, and you really pushed your chips to the middle of the table, and now like that group has sort of aged out, right? And so you're getting ready for that reset. That big picture question naturally comes up: is this the guy we need to lead us out of it? And if the team's not responding to him anymore, and you've got a guy in his staff and Anthony Weaver who's got some head coach potential, do you want to take a look at him? I really like Mike as a coach. I think on balance he's done a really good job there. But I do think like those big picture questions are going to be asked.
I think, Albert, I thought about this now, and my son's in the 3rd grade, and he and his friends sometimes, although I'm against it, they'll watch YouTube videos of people playing video games, which is stupid and a waste of time. Like to watch somebody playing that. Yeah, here's my thought, though. Ridiculous. Let's extend it to adults. Let's have a video of Albert Breer watching NFL games on Sunday, and we can tune into that and watch you watch NFL.
I don't know how entertaining that would be. You see me like scratching myself and like, I don't know, eating popcorn or whatever. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know how entertaining that would be. It's a lot though. It's sure. I think I might have a picture somewhere on my phone on my setup. If not, I'll send it to Bobby at some point. But I don't know that it's that interesting. I think people might like to see the actual setup.
Right.
But, as far as like actually sitting down for like more than 3 minutes and watching it, I don't know how entertaining that would be.
Are people underreporting maybe the Jets and Steelers game? Albert, it seemed like this may be a situation that maybe worked out for both teams where Justin Fields looked pretty good at quarterback and looks like he may have a good future there against what we think is a pretty good Steelers defense. And Aaron Rodgers, not that he looked like the old version of himself from 10 years ago, because he can't really move the same way, but his arms still looked really good, and he was able to lead him to a nice win.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I know one thing that they took pride in, Bobby. 3 of his 4 touchdown passes were on like movement plays where he had to get outside the pocket, And, I think deep down in his gut, Aaron took pride in that too, like that. Hey, you said I couldn't do this. Well, look, I can still do it. Like, I think that's actually specifically what he was referring to when he talked about that after the game. So I think the ceiling is high on the Steelers. If you go back and watch too, and yesterday I went back and looked at some of it. I mean, DK Metcalf really looks like he's got a chance to be a force there. And the offensive line, I think, is going to get better as the year goes on. Zach Frazier is going to be one of the best young centers in football. Like they've got like just I think a really solid group around them, and you have to figure the defense is going to get better. And Ramsey makes the play at the end of the game. Like that's to me one of the most encouraging things is like your new guys all made a material impact on how that game was won, with DK making the catch on his back to set up the game-winning field goal, and then obviously Aaron plays the way that he plays. And then Ramsey makes delivers the hit on Garrett Wilson at the end of the game. Like, I think you have to be encouraged by all of that. Like, if you were looking for, like the sense of urgency and kind of an energy to the Steelers. Like this is their time. I think you saw a little bit of that at the end of the game. And then as for the Jets, like, I think they're more talented than people realize. Like I think if Justin can sustain this level of play, and he set the bar pretty high on Sunday. You start to go down that roster, right? 2 first-round tackles in Fashanu and Membu. And Membu played really well in his first game. Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall at the skill positions. I think Braylon Allen's going to be a really good player for them as well. The defense under Saleh was already really good. You got Quinnen Williams, you've got Will McDonald, you have Jermaine Johnson up front, Sauce Gardner at corner, Quincy Williams at linebacker, Sherwood at linebacker. I think the team's got a chance, and I think Aaron Glenn's going to do a good job with them. And what I really noticed watching them play when I went back and looked at it, and Bobby, this will resonate with you as a Parcells guy. I saw that in Aaron Glenn's team. Like the way they ran the ball, how physical they played, the edge they played with, the identity. You could see like there's something like real tangible and it seemed like the same way with the Parcells team. Like it seemed like the pieces fit together. Like there was a cohesion to the way that the whole team was playing that I was really impressed by. So again, can Justin keep it up? I think any of us, and you guys included, that watched Justin in 19 and 20, still have it in the back of our heads that there's something there. And I think we saw a little bit of it on Sunday.
I appreciate the time. Yeah, get that picture out. We'll share it with the juicers out there and let them see what your setup looks like. I feel like to see that.
I'll get it to you. If I can't find it on my phone, I'll get it to you guys this weekend.
All right, appreciate that, man. Have a great weekend. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, guys.
That was Albert Breer from MMQB. Coming up next, Highness is going to join us. Bobby and I make our NFL picks, and I just found out how I did against Bobby last week. I think week 1 should be a do-over. That's coming up next. Morning Juice.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped. I had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he was like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was here, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Football season is here at Columbus, and Germain Toyota of Columbus has the winning plays. Drive home a brand new 2025 Tacoma SR5, just $269 a month for 36 months, 10,000 miles a year. Or power up with the Tundra, now just 1.75 APR for 72 months. Don't wait. These deals, they won't last long. Stop by Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or shop anytime at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD
at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Bobby is the all-American male. Tito pulled a hammy getting his mail. This is Morning Juice.
All right, it's Morning Juice. This is a new thing we're going to try today. So I can't promise you it'll work perfectly. But we love this guy. He is your Highness. WeWinYouWin.com. What's going to happen is here, Bobby and I are going to go through, we're going to make our picks. Bo's going to give us the games. We're going to make our picks. Your Highness will be watching us, taking some notes on his own. When we get done, we'll ask him who he thinks will have the better week as far as picks go, and then get some of his thoughts on some games coming up this weekend. So let's do some NFL picks. I got to play it.
Oh, sorry, Tito. Go ahead.
Morning Juice presents NFL Picks.
Sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today at roosterswings.com.
NFL Picks time.
All right, guys. Get my headset turned up here. Last week, Tito, you went 8-8.
Yeah.
Carp 10-6. Making the people some money. Tito, though, that's all right. 8-8, you know. That's
you lost the juice.
You can't.
No, that's good, man.
What's the
8-8's fine.
You can't go broke making a profit. You didn't make a profit, but you didn't go broke either.
At least you didn't get piped in the back alley.
That's it. Got that going for you. All right, guys, tonight, Thursday Night Football, got a pretty good one here. Al and Kirk and the gang will be pretty happy about this game, I have to imagine. Washington, the Commanders, they go on the road to face the Green Bay Packers. They look pretty good in week one. Micah Parsons had a sack. Nevertheless, Green Bay favored by 3.5 tonight.
I'm going to take Green Bay. I don't like the hook. I think it's going to be 3 point. I feel like it's a 3-point game, but I think that Green Bay, though, if I have to give a choice, I'll take Green Bay. I'll lay the 3.5. Being at home like that, the Micah Parsons effect on how many snaps he'll play be on the short week, but I'll take the Packers and lay 3.5.
Here's the one thing: the asymmetry in this. Green Bay full week because they played on Thursday night. Washington on a short week. So I think that matters a little bit. Gosh, now I always like to bet on the jockey, not on the horse. And when it comes to coaches, because I think coaches get you ready for this. Players make the plays, obviously. You know what? You're going to give me that hook. I'm going to take it. I'm going to give me the points. Redskins cover.
All right.
Commanders, too.
Both teams. On to Sunday here, 1 o'clock games. First up in Detroit, the Lions host the Bears. Detroit, not Chicago. Detroit is favored by 6 points.
Gosh, that's a lot.
It's a big number.
Detroit didn't look great against Green Bay.
Right.
In all fairness, Green Bay looks really good. Detroit now at home, because that last game was in Green Bay, correct?
Yep.
It's at Lambeau. Chicago looks really good in the first half. Caleb Williams looked very impressive.
Mm-hmm. And then he didn't.
That second part is always the key, Bodie. Then he didn't. 6 is a lot. I'm going to lay the points. It seems like it's a touchdown game to me. I think it probably plays a little closer than that, but I think Detroit gets it straightened out.
Yeah, you got to see Detroit. I don't know if it's a coordinator effect, the fact that 2 new coordinators, if that's what led to it or not. I saw the one stat, Bob, like there's a couple of coordinators Jared Goff has played for, and he's got a really good record. And then the other coordinator's like 19-1 or something. But
Other than that,
though, yeah, how was the play? I think that Chicago keeps it closer. I think it'll be a 4 or 5 point game. So give me Chicago. I'll take the points.
All right, NFC East battle. 2 best teams in the NFC East, some people might say. A lot of people would probably disagree with that, though. Right. The Giants, the football Giants, they're on the road against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas, no Deron Bland the next few weeks, out with a foot injury. That's
good
great.
News, he's got a new contract.
Good news, though, he's making a lot of money in the defense. They'll be fine without him. Cowboys, though, they're favored by 5.5.
Lay the points, man. They cover this. CD will not drop those balls again, and Shotty will have them ready to go.
It's a get-right game, and if you ever wanted to have a situation where you were missing a key defensive back, going against Russell Wilson's when you want to have it. Yeah.
No, it's
Mr.
not.
Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited.
I'm sorry.
All right, biggest spread of the weekend. Your Cleveland Browns. They're on the road against the former Browns, the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore favored by 11.5.
Gosh, that's a big number.
That's a huge number.
It's on the
For
road.
week 2,
listen, the fact they're doing all this stuff, There is some disdain for this.
Play with some pride.
Joe Flacco coming back into your shop. Give me the points.
Yes.
Give me the points. I don't think they win, but the Browns aren't going to. They're not going to get meat batted around, okay? Joe Flacco's got too much pride for that.
Give me the Ravens and lay the points. I think they pour it on after what happened last week to them. And, yeah, Cleveland may have the pride and may be upset if they don't have the talent to keep this game close. Give me Baltimore. I'll lay the 11.5.
Think it can win on talent alone?
Yes.
Exactly.
San Francisco, they're on the road against the New Orleans Saints. The 49ers are favored in this game by 3 points. Could be Mac Jones leading the offense there.
Now, Brock Purdy's out, which is...
Yeah.
Scary. George Kittle also out, which is scary.
And McCaffrey, he could get hurt. He's
so
not
his calf
hurt,
is fine.
but he could get hurt at any moment, unfortunately for him.
I am going to... I'm going to lay the points in this.
On the road.
New Orleans looks so bad.
They are bad. Yes.
They're bad. I mean, you're going to give me the Rattler. I mean, Mac Jones may be a petulant child, but I think he is better than the Rattler.
Yeah, I think I think that 49ers will lay the points also. I will tell you if there's a side bet, if I could do a player prop on this game, I would take
you can.
I would take the ground as far as getting most of the targets from Mac Jones.
More than Spencer. Who throws more incompletions?
It's probably Spencer because of the fact that they're going to throw more, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I trust Shanahan to get whatever he can out of Mac Jones. I don't know what that'll be, but get the best out of him. This line surprised me a little bit. New England, they're on the road against the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored by 1.5.
After that last game, I'm not. This is overreaction city. Give me the points.
Yeah. Give me Vrabel. I'll take Vrabel. I thought they should be favored. Yes.
City.
Yeah, give me Vrabel in this one. I'll take New England. I'll lay the 1.5. Or get the 1.5. Sorry, get the 1.5.
Yep, gotcha. I do not believe, if I'm correct on this, the Bengals have ever started 2-0 under the Zach Taylor era, if I'm not mistaken on that. It's a pretty good opportunity to do it right here.
You know what the best part of going 1-0 is, Bodie?
Chance to go 2-0. And they are, if the line's correct, they might do it. They're at home. The Bengals are against Jacksonville this weekend. Cincinnati favored by 3.5.
I think that was probably the game I watched the least of last week was Jacksonville, Carolina. I caught the end of that. Yeah, exactly. I caught the end of the Browns-Bengals game, so I got to see that debacle. I can't imagine there's a world where the Bengals offense has 7 yards in the second half again.
Yeah.
Lay the points.
I think I lay the points on that one as well. I think that Cincinnati, it's a get right week for them as well. I think they're going to win this game over Jacksonville. Yeah, lay the points.
All right, the 1 o'clock games continues. The Rams are on the road against the Tennessee Titans. Are you telling me Tennessee has a football team? The Rams, they're favored by 5.5 in this one on the road.
Tennessee didn't look awful.
They didn't.
I saw a cut up, and granted, a 2-minute Twitter video is not the end-all, be-all.
Hello,
but I
Twitter
did see it. It's yours truly. I saw a cut up about 2 minutes or so of Cam Ward throws. Dude was slinging it against Denver on Sunday.
That's my point.
Last
he
week.
didn't look bad. They almost won that game.
Yeah.
They almost won that game. I think the Rams will be a different beast, though. They do have to come east. It's 5.5,
That's
which
a big
is a
number.
lot. And they win it by a touchdown. Matty Stafford says yes. One number one pick dueling against another.
I will take the points. Give me Tennessee, getting the 5.5 at home. I'm with you. I was impressed with Ward, and I think that they'll keep it within that 5.5 point range.
Fun note: I would believe that this would be the oldest number one pick in the NFL versus the youngest number one pick in the NFL.
Really? Yeah.
Wonder if first overall.
Yeah, I got you.
First overall,
yeah. All right, right on that. See if we can get the music
Stafford's
going
like
back
37, so.
Next up, Seattle. They're on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh is favored by 3 points at home in this one.
Seattle looked pretty good last week. Pittsburgh looks good too. I like them. I'm a Rodgers believer. Lay the points.
He is on pace for 68 touchdown passes, Bob. Yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh and laying the points in that one as well.
That'd be a pretty good year.
Wouldn't be bad.
He's going to pass far with his next one, so.
That's a big one
for
then,
all time.
Here's the good news. He has half as many interceptions as far as the same number of touchdowns.
Next up, Buffalo on the road against the Jets. Bills favored by 6.5 in this one.
I like the Bills in this one.
Bills?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big number. I know in the Jets, their offense looked really good last week, but their defense not so much. So I will take Buffalo. I'll lay the points on this one. I know it's kind of a trap game, though, because Buffalo got off the incredible win. but they're not traveling far.
Give me the points in this. I think Buffalo wins, but it's a division rivalry. Aaron Glenn is a Jet. Like, he has those guys playing well. I don't know if the Jets can pull it out, but riding high after that short week. I mean, they were at home, so it's not that bad. Sunday night, not Monday night. But 6.5, I think they keep that thing closer.
All right, Carolina on to the 4 o'clock games here on Sunday afternoon. Carolina's on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona also favored by 6.5 in that one.
Ooh, that's a big number, but Carolina did look pretty bad. Oh. They got beat up pretty good. I'm going to lay the points.
Yeah, they did get beat up. It is a big number on that one, but yeah, Carolina's offense just looked pathetic. I'll lay the 6.5 as well with Arizona.
All right, the Peyton Manning Bowl. Denver's on the road against the Colts in Indianapolis, but Denver is a 1.5-point favorite on the road in that game.
Indy benefited more from Miami being inept last week than they really showed, as far as I'm concerned. I'll take Denver, and I'll lay the 1.5 on that one. I trust in Sean Payton more than I trust in the Colts.
I believe you in that. I think Danny Dimes, like, we saw a little bit of a glimpse, but if it's only a 1.5, I know it's on the road. It's in Lucas Oil. Defend the shoe, all the things. Lay the points though.
All right, America's Game of the Week's on Fox. 4:25 kick-off, a rematch of last year's Super Bowl game. Philadelphia on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs. How about this? The Eagles are favored by 1.5 in this game.
No, Philly's favored by 1.5.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's their mascot.
I apologize. You're right. You're right. My bad on that one. I misheard.
It's fake news.
The Chiefs have been, I think they've been home favorites for like 22 straight games at home, and it seems like it should be further than that. It should be longer than that. But anyway, I think Kansas City wins this game outright. Give me Kansas City. I think they I know offensively we're still not sure on what the receivers are going to look like, but I like the Chiefs at home. Anytime you're getting points.
The reason Philly was able to dominate people were able to beat Kansas City because they were able to dominate them on the defensive line. Yeah. I don't think Philly's as good up front this year. They were inquiring about Micah Parsons and things like that. Like, they didn't look as dominant.
They just signed, was it Zadarius Smith?
They signed Zadarius Smith? Yeah. That's right. So that shows they're trying to get help. I don't think it's enough help. And if you're going to tell me that you're giving me a 1.5 in Arrowhead, give me the points. I think Kansas City wins that thing outright.
To be fair, if I say Kansas City Eagles, though, I'm right no matter what.
Yeah, but Bodie may ask for clarification.
Yeah, probably would. Sunday night football, guys. Kirk Cousins Bowl. Atlanta, they're on the road at Minnesota. Vikings favored by 3.5.
Atlanta, they did everything but win that game.
Yeah.
Or at least tie it.
Right.
I mean, they got down to where they needed to get to. Michael Penix, I think, looked good. Minnesota looked okay in the first half, better in the second. I am going, that hook, give me the points. I don't like the hook. Screams 3-point game to me.
Minnesota got outplayed for a good chunk of that game.
Minnesota.
On Monday night. And so I'm going to go with Atlanta in this one, take the points. I think Minnesota probably wins by a field goal, but the hook is what does it for me. I'll take Atlanta and get 3.5.
All right, got 2 Monday Night Football games this weekend into next week. Tampa Bay's on the road against Houston. The Texans favored by 2.5.
Ooh, I like Tampa Bay. Houston needs a win. I thought they played pretty well. They're getting a little beat up. That running back position's tough. They just put Stover on IR for a handful of weeks with a foot injury. I'm going to lay the points, but I don't feel great about it.
I'm going to take Tampa Bay in the points. I'm surprised Houston's favored by 2.5. I think Tampa Bay Houston's offensive line just does not look good. So give me Tampa Bay in this one, and I'll take the 2.5 points.
All right, Monday night late game, 10 o'clock kickoff time. I am not going to see a second of this game, unfortunately. Catch it in the morning on SportsCenter. Chargers on the road against Vegas. The Chargers are favored by 3.5.
Vegas looks better, but lay the points.
Yeah, I'd lay the points in that one as well. Let's bring our guy on now. Highness is going to join us here. WeWinYouWin.com. He was listening to what we were saying. And Highness, let's start off with this. WeWinYouWin.com, by the way. Is there one of us?
Good morning.
Hey, brother. Is there one of us you think did better than the other? Is there one side? If you had to bet on which one of us have a better record this week, who would it be?
Oh, probably Bobby. He showed up in the first week. He showed up in the first week there, Tito. I don't know what you were doing there, drinking apple juice on the sideline with the little kiddies or something. But it's a grown man's game. This is the NFL, baby. The kids' game's down the road there in Columbus. We're in the National Football League.
All right.
I like.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah,
no, you go ahead.
I'm just going to rip through this. Sit back and enjoy your morning coffee. So Thursday Night Football, we got Washington Commanders, Green Bay Packers. I'm going to take the Commanders plus the 3.5, but the real play for the sports bettors is take the over. The line's at 48.5. You can either buy it down to 47.5 or push it up to 49.5 at plus money. Do not get stuck at 48.5. It's a bad number. So either buy down to 47, go over, or take it up to 49 and go over. Moving down the line, you had Detroit on the schedule next. I think, Brody, is what you had going there. Give me the Lions, minus 6.5. I think they look terrible against the Green Bay Packers. I think they're still adjusting to the offensive coordinator. And frankly, let's open that offense up in Detroit. Next on the docket, you had the Giants game, right? I think they're playing the Cowboys. Give me the in-division rival on the road. I like the Giants, plus 5.5. I'm not sure what's going on in Dallas, but I think there's more drama than there is talent. Baltimore is the next game I think you guys went over, which is Cleveland. Little upset there with the Buffalo game. I think King Henry cements his crown back in the AFC North. Give me the Ravens, minus 11.5. That's going to be an official play as well. The next game he had on the docket was the New Orleans Saints game, and I actually like them on the money line. Spencer Rattler's out there. Look, I'm not high on Spencer Rattler, but he is a way to scramble around, throw the ball around, make it happen. Give me the Saints or the Aints. A New England game, right? We got the New England Patriots.
Yep. New England at Miami?
Yep, thank you. Miami's garbage. Give me New England money line. No points, nothing. Give me New England money line. And then here's the shocker, and I think this is what's going to shock everybody listening right now, and this is just pure money, folks. Cincinnati Bengals has 64% of the action on Cincinnati Bengals. The problem is all the money's coming in on the Jacksonville Jaguars at 77%, and they've actually moved the line the other way. So my point here is if all the money truly or all the action was truly on the Bengals, they would start giving the Bengals more points. The books actually moved the line from 5.5 down to 3.5 because the right money is on the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 3.5. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, folks. That's the play right there. I know all y'all watching there in Cincinnati. The Jaguars are going to come and wreak havoc. And I think Brody said it there. Taylor in the first couple games of the season is not his forte. Let him get into the season. Do not be surprised if the Jaguars pull a full-out upset there as well. Give me the Rams minus 5.5. Give me the Steelers minus 2.5. Buffalo is still on that train. 6.5 points is going to be no problem for the Buffalo Bills to cover. Arizona covered 6.5 in week 1. They're going to cover 6.5 again in week 2. The Colts money line. That's where the Colts is going to be. Is it Richards is the backup, right? AR-15.
Yeah,
Can they
Richardson,
trade him? I think he is toxic. I think that team becomes better as soon as they can move on from him. But give me the Colts money line. Kansas City money line. J.J. McCarthy's been a winner everywhere he goes. He can cover 3.5 points there in Minnesota. Give me 3.5. Houston with the points and the what was my last night game? Chargers. Sorry, the Chargers. Give me the Chargers. As far as the plays you really, for the sports bettors out there, the plays you really want to focus on where the money just doesn't make sense, the New England money line. For some reason, the public likes Miami here. I don't know why. Jacksonville Jaguars plus the points. Again, the public loves Cincinnati. Give me the Rams again. Rookie quarterback came in. We now got a good game tape with Cam Ward. McVay will have the Rams ready to go. They will cover a touchdown. And then the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions will have a bounce-back game. And Caleb Williams looked terrible. His accuracy was what I've been saying before the draft. He's got all the skill set. He's got everything there. He is not a very accurate quarterback. Look for the Detroit Lions for a bounce-back week, and they might even blow out the Chicago Bears.
He is your Highness, Chad, joining us here, and we'll get you out of here on this. Your NCAA football survivor pool is the contest still going on, obviously, and can people still enter that, and if so, how do they do it?
So, no, we're closed.
Okay.
College football, we're in the thick of it. But there is a contest we're running. It's called NFL After Dark, and you can still enter at any time. It's Thursday night football, Monday night football. It's $42. We're giving $1,000 to whoever can have the longest win streak throughout the season. But you're only picking Thursday night and Monday night football, straight up, no points, just pick the winner. However many you can get right in a row, whoever does the most, they're getting $1,000 cash at the end of the year.
Look at that. WeWinYouWin.com is where you find that. And what podcast, you got a new one up?
Yeah, I know your last guest was kind of harping, or maybe you were harping on the streaming, but we actually streamed the Friday night football game. So if you want live bets and things like that, head over to YouTube, Shut Up and Bet with Your Highness. It's entertaining. It's me screaming at the screen. And I'll send you my setup. I got 12 screens going in the living room. We don't mess around here. I don't miss a college football game. If they want my plays for free, we'll do it again. College football, email me at chad@wewinyouwin.com, and I'll send you over all my official plays for college football this weekend.
You're the man, Chad. Have a great weekend, bud. We'll talk soon. Peace. That was your Highness joining us there, bringing the juice on a Thursday for us. We love that. We'll check his picks and our picks also. Coming up next, we will wrap things up, tell you what's got us juice, morning juice.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Attack and dominate, YouTubers. You're locked into the Morning Juice.
Final segment of the program. Thank you to all the juicers for chiming in on the chat. Appreciate that. Thank you to your
We'll get that last segment cleaned up a little bit.
We will,
when
yeah.
Your Highness joins us moving forward.
Your Highness, he wins. The numbers don't
we
lie.
We win, you win.
Yes.
He wins, we win.
His weekends, he's been doing well.
Yes.
So you know what? Until that changes, we're just trying to help make you a little cash.
Jump on the right foot.
Don't and do the wrong thing. Don't ever be confused with the packaging. Sometimes there's a great gift inside.
Wrapped her damn cat.
You ever seen those Russian stackable dolls, Bodie? Sometimes you got to get through a couple of them to get the great one on the inside.
I feel like that's offensive. We can't say Russian dolls anymore.
Who's that offensive to?
I'm just kidding.
The fans.
Is this like Michael Scott? Yes. Oscars, there's something you like to be called other than Mexican? I know that's an offensive term.
Or that's what he said, because Oscar.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh, God, let's tell you what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, it's what the hell day is it? Today is Wednesday. Is it Thursday?
Thursday.
Let's go first with Schlegs.
I've been lifting heavy. I've been back to old school Schlegs, lifting heavy, feeding myself heavy doses of just pure unadulterated raw iron, which has been fantastic. I've been trying to do lunges every single day. That just sucks, period, dot.
Period, dot, as if there's a difference.
Yeah. Lunges do suck, though, Schlegs. I think he's onto something there. Leg day, can't be legendary without the leg day, but doesn't always feel great. Thursday, guys, very juiced that this week is almost over. I don't know why, just kind of been a little bit of a long week for me.
A&M's on the future.
That probably, I'm excited about that. Also very nervous, but nevertheless excited to get out to South Bend here in a couple of days for the huge Saturday night football game between your Fighting Irish and the Aggies. What does not have me juiced yesterday, this had me super unjuiced. Trying to take my daily nap. And one of my neighbors, not really sure which one, I basically never hear anybody, which is great, obviously, right? Can't complain about that, renting an apartment. But somebody, and I assume they weren't there for the day because they were at work, which I totally respect. But nevertheless, their fire alarm, smoke alarm, just would not stop going off. The first time it went off, I thought it was like a car alarm outside. Then it happened again. I thought it might have been my phone because, I'm like in a dead sleep. And I crash pretty hard in the afternoons when I lay down. And so I was like, what is that noise? Like, you're just in such a daze, you can't figure it out. Then after about the third or fourth time, it kept going off. It's like, that's what that is. Who took my freaking phone? In fact, it's pretty freaking unfunny. So that woke me up. That did not have me super juiced yesterday. Speaking of juice, though, I saw this. Thought of you guys. Thought of the show. Thought about a fan pool, but, that's not really our speed around here anymore. But I saw this when I was walking out of the gym yesterday in the parking lot. Somebody had a white Bronco, one of the new ones, not the old one, but one of the new ones. And on the back, they had a sticker on the back windshield that said, "Drink apple juice, OJ will kill you." With a picture of OJ Simpson right next to it. I took a picture of it. I was cracking up laughing.
Send me that,
the fact that it's on a white Bronco, too, that had me super juiced.
I don't think the irony is lost on that.
No, it is not.
They said, "Give me a white Bronco. I've got a bumper sticker." Yeah. Usually it's like buying a boat. You buy the boat and you get a trailer to fit the boat.
No.
You don't buy a bumper sticker. You won't buy the bumper sticker and get a car to fit it. But I feel in this situation, they already had an idea of what they wanted to put right on there.
And I was cracking up laughing as soon as I saw it. I got up my phone. I was like, I hope this doesn't look creepy. I'm not taking a picture of the license plate or anything, but I got to take a picture of this. And so that had me super juiced. Thursday, guys, just a couple days away from the weekend for Tito and I.
Yeah.
Bobby, though. What's got you juiced, sir? You got your weekend kind of starting today after the show.
I guess. I take days off work to do other work, Bodie. And so I tell my wife, I go, my PTO days I use, most of those are dedicated to other work. So I'm going down to Florida to speak at a group of car dealerships down there, working on some leadership training, helping develop them. And spoke at one of their ones up in Baltimore in the winter. And it went well. They wanted me to come down. So excited. They wanted me to stay the whole weekend. I'm going to fly back, though, Saturday afternoon. Get in here for the night game for the Buckeyes and Bobcats. Juiced up about that.
Peacock broadcast. Just a reminder.
Just a streamer. Just on the cock.
97.1 The Fans, where you go to listen to it, though.
Yeah, you can listen to our guy, Paulie and Jim, doing a great job there, as they always do. So go check it out. That's got me juiced up. Going to be another great weekend of college football, another great weekend of NFL football. I assure you that. And we're getting in the throes of it now. And I'm excited to watch that A&M Notre Dame game as well. Should be a good one. Should be a lot of fun. Ohio State, this is their last game. They got a bye week after this, so then heading to Washington. So it'll be a couple weeks before they're back in the friendly confines of Ohio Stadium. But, man, we've got a nice little football game on Sunday for my man, Kellen, our sixth grade. After a Labor Day weekend and then a bye week, we're finally back at it. So excited for that. coming up here as well. Thitoff, what's got you juiced?
What's got me juiced? Yes, it's a big football weekend. Tonight's game, it's one of those things where I'm going to want to go to bed at a decent hour, but I got a feeling I'll be watching this game till the end, and it won't be a decent hour that I get to bed finally. But this Commanders-Packers game is going to be a lot of fun to watch in Lambeau, and I want to watch to see how much Micah Parsons played and see how that goes, but it should be a fun game, though.
Can't
Sorry,
wait.
Bodie. I apologize, Bodie. I didn't even think about that.
You didn't trade him.
I didn't trade him. You're right, and I wouldn't have traded him.
We win, you win, Bodie.
Yes, exactly.
I don't feel like Dallas won in that trade, to be honest with you.
Exciting. We kind of a low-key Saturday.
We can use those picks on players this year.
Are you going to the game Saturday then, Bob?
Yeah.
We gave our tickets to my stepdaughter who graduated from OU, and 3 of her friends are going to go. So
listen, there's nothing better. If you want to get a Halloween preview,
yes,
post-game, 11 o'clock, Bobcats, Buckeyes, imagine walking out of that thing. You will see some zombies. You will see some vampires. It'll be fun.
Just Emily gives you a tip in the chat there, Bob. Don't forget to wear your coordinating color. Check your section to see what color you're supposed to wear.
Oh, yeah, we've got the stripe out. It's really just
is that what it is, stripe out for this one? Is that what it is?
Stripe out.
All right. Anyway, so that's got. And we got kind of, like I said, we got a
most of the
Saturday.
Bobcats are going to take it on as a blackout challenge. So.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what they do. If you're a Bobcat in college, you black out often. I think that we'll probably go down there and tailgate for a while, then kind of come home and just sit outside and get the fire pit going and watch the game outside, and it'll be a cool fallish night. I think I know it'll be warm during the day, but so I'm looking forward to
watch
kind
some
of
of that A&M game too.
Yes, make it both screens outside and do that.
What about 12 screens like Chad?
Oh God, that's insane.
Is that his real name?
Yeah, I don't know why I even said it. Just your Highness.
Don't break character.
What else I do that right? Hey, he's Batman. He's not Bruce Wayne. He is Batman, is what he is. Let's make sure we get that right. But yeah, we'll get that cleaned up with him, and we'll see how our picks do this week, though, Bob. But yeah, it's going to be a fun whole weekend for us. We got the flag football coming up. I can do that tomorrow. Also, Austin Ward's going to sit in tomorrow. For you because you were out. You'll be back on Monday. And then a week from today, when I walk out of this here studio, I will be heading straight to the airport to head to Vegas. Me and my guys now are within inside of a week now of this and cannot wait for that. It's our annual trip, and I will hopefully be back on Tuesday. We will see if that works or not, kind of depending on the Tuesday after that. So anyway, that's it. Thanks to all the juicers for chiming in today. We appreciate that. Everyone in the chat, make sure you on the Fan 2, 1460, replay from 1 to 3 p.m., 10 TV Plus from 10 a.m. to noon. We appreciate everything, Bobby. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow. This has been Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Wrinkles, gray hair, and hearing loss are common signs of getting older. But being short of breath, having tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing are not. If you are experiencing these symptoms, you may be one of the millions of people who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American